I had 24 hours to escape from hell. 24 hours from the first tremor to the moment my city disappeared under 3 meters of ash. 24 hours while 20,000 people decided between running or staying. Most stayed. Most died. My name is Marcus Flavius. I was a wine merchant in Pompeii, a prosperous city, rich, safe, until the day Vesuvius woke up and turned our paradise into a tomb. This is the story of how I survived. August 24th, 79 AD, the day the sky caught fire, the day the earth swallowed an entire city, the day I learned that the gods don't forgive. August 23rd, one day before. Pompeii was perfect. 70 meters above sea level, view of the Bay of Naples. Vesuvius to the north, a green, peaceful mountain that hadn't erupted in 800 years. Everyone thought it was extinct. I woke up early that morning. The sun was already hot. My shop was in the Forum. I sold Falernum wine, the best in the region. That morning, I felt a tremor small, like a cart passing in the street. The amphorae rattled, wine spilled. Pompeii suffered small tremors all the time. We had learned to ignore them. 17 years earlier, a great earthquake destroyed half the city, but we rebuilt. Because Pompeii was wealthy, the soil fertile, trade prosperous, and Vesuvius, just a mountain. At the baths that afternoon, I heard 2 senators talking. There's smoke coming from Vesuvius. Smoke or just clouds? They laughed. That night I dined with my sister Livia and her husband Gaius. "Marcus, you look worried," she said. "It's the tremor and the stories." "Vesuvius has been dead for centuries," said Gaius. But when I walked home that night, I saw it, a thin column of smoke rising from the mountain faint. But real. I should have fled that night. But I didn't, because it was just smoke. August 24th, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was in the shop when the world exploded. Not a tremor, a detonation. A sound so loud I felt it in my bones. The amphorae shattered. Red wine ran like blood. I ran outside. The top of Vesuvius was gone. In its place, a giant column of smoke and ash rose into the sky. It climbed higher and higher until it stopped and spread like a monstrous tree of black smoke. People ran out of houses, shops, the Forum, everyone looking up. Some screamed, others prayed, most just stared. Then it began to get dark. Not night, but the sun disappeared behind the ash. And then it started to fall, not rain. Ash, white flakes falling like snow. At first it was almost beautiful. Children laughed, running through the streets. Minutes later, it wasn't beautiful anymore. The ash grew thicker. Then stones began to fall, small at first, then larger. A boy near me was hit in the head. He fell. He didn't get up. That's when the panic began. By 2 o'clock, the streets were chaos. Ash already 10 centimeters deep. Stones falling the size of oranges. I ran home, tied a pillow to my head for protection, and ran to Livia's house. People ran everywhere, some carrying chests of coins, others locking themselves inside. They thought staying inside was safer. They were wrong, because roofs were collapsing under the weight of ash. When I reached Livia's house, I shouted, "Open up!" Inside, they were hiding with 2 neighbors, an elderly couple. "We need to leave. Now." "Leave where?" "Outside, stones are falling," Gaius said. "It's not safe here either." I pointed to the ceiling, cracks forming, dust falling. "We must go to the port." The old couple refused. "We're too old to run." They stayed. They died in that house. Their bodies were found 1,900 years later, still embracing. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The city was unrecognizable. dark as midnight. Lightning flashed inside the column of smoke, red and purple bolts cutting through the ash. The sky was alive, the earth burning. Stones now the size of melons. One struck Gaius. He screamed. Crowds ran, pushing, crying. Some ran toward the gates, others toward the port. Many gave up and went home. We passed the temple of Jupiter. Hundreds knelt inside, praying. A priest outside shouted, "It's the wrath of the gods!" A woman screamed back, "Your gods have abandoned us!" I didn't stop to see who was right. The way to the port, normally 15 minutes, took an hour. Ash 1/2 meter deep, the air thick, hot, full of sulfur. Livia coughed endlessly. I tore my tunic, tied it over her mouth, breathed through this. When we reached the port, it looked like hell. The sea boiled with falling ash. Boats fought to escape, people fighting, shoving, drowning. A man offered a captain gold. The captain took it and pushed him out. Sailed away. The man sank screaming. By 5 o'clock, Gaius found a fisherman. "Everything you have," the old man said. We gave him all we had and boarded a tiny boat. There were 7 of us. The sea was thick with floating pumice. The steam blinded us. We rode through darkness, guided only by the screams behind us. Pompeii was dying, buildings collapsing, Vesuvius roaring, a sound deep as the earth itself. Then came the fire clouds, pyroclastic flows, though we didn't know the name. They raced down the mountain hotter than fire, faster than wind. The north side of Pompeii vanished, thousands dead in seconds, frozen in time, arms shielding faces, bodies locked in final embrace, midnight. We reached Misenum, another city across the bay, collapsed on the sand, covered in ash, skin burned, eyes stinging, but alive. Livia cried. Everyone who stayed. And she was right. Pompeii was gone. By dawn, silence. Complete silence. The eruption lasted 18 hours. When it ended, only a gray plain remained where our city once stood. Nothing survived: houses, temples, bodies, all buried beneath 6 meters of ash. In the following days, survivors appeared. Farmers, slaves, shepherds. So few. Out of 20,000, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 lived. Some tried to return, to dig, but there was nothing left. Pompeii had become a grave. The empire never rebuilt. The city was cursed, the gods' warning. For centuries it vanished from memory. Until 1,700 years later, farmers digging found walls, mosaics, coins, and uncovered Pompeii again, perfectly preserved, as if time had stopped. I lived another 40 years, moved to Rome, married, had children, but I never forgot the sound of the mountain exploding, the sky turning black at noon, stones falling like rain, the people running without direction, the cries, the silence. 24 hours, that's all it took to erase a city. Nature doesn't warn, doesn't wait, doesn't forgive. Vesuvius had slept 800 years, then woke for one day, and killed 20,000. People ask how I survived, not because I was strong or smart, but because I ran, while others waited. The difference between life and death was not luck, it was belief. Those who believed the impossible was happening survived. Those who doubted died. Today, 3 million people live on Vesuvius's slopes. They built homes where Pompeii stood. They planted vineyards in ash. They live in the shadow of the same mountain. And sometimes I wonder, do they know? Do they know it only sleeps? When it wakes again, and it will, the sky will darken, stones will fall, people will run, and most won't make it. Because people never believe until it's too late. I was there, and and now you were too. If you made it this far, leave in the comments. Would you run or would you stay? And if you want to hear more stories from people who were there in history's worst moments, subscribe to I Was There.